Hi, welcome. My name is Olaleye from One Tutor. I have a question for you. Do you sometimes wonder how you can speak English every day? Do you sometimes wonder how you can practice English every day? In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 4 amazing ways on how best to practice English. The first way is you have to watch English every day. First way is watch English every day. And that's the first tip. Second tip would be listen to songs in English every day. So you're going to listen to songs in English as often as possible. The third way would be live with English. Live with English. It means you have to be a friend of English. You have to live with English every day. And the fourth way would be repeat every time what you hear. Repeat every time what you hear. Can we say it together, everyone? Repeat what you hear every time. So every time you hear English, you need to repeat it all the time. So these are 4 amazing ways that's going to help you practice English every day. So we have the first way, which is the first amazing tip, which is watch English videos every day. Of course, you must be wondering, why must you watch English videos every day? So if you don't have the time to go to an English course, if you don't have the time to study, because if you have to improve your English, you need a lot of books, or perhaps you have to go on the internet, it would take a lot of time. So you have to find an alternative, because perhaps you have family, perhaps you have work, or perhaps you have something that takes your time. You're always on the move. You're always on the move, so you have no time. Even though you have love for English, but perhaps you're not able to stop and open the books. You're not able to stop and make the research on the internet. So I'm going to give you a great way, which is watch English as often as possible. So when you watch English videos, you have to be consistent, because you don't have the time. You would agree with me, it's super important to be able to practice every day. If you practice a sport, in order for you to improve on that sport, you need to practice every day. So of course, consistency, it's super important. Consistency and dedication is super important. So you got to find the time to watch a video all the time. Just watch the video. When you watch the video, you will listen to vocabularies in English that will help you. But there's one thing that you need to remember when you're watching the videos. Please don't put the subtitles yet. You can put the subtitles much later if you have a doubt on a certain vocabulary on what you've heard. So you have to watch the video without subtitles. I hope you're going to promise not to use the subtitles for the first or second time you watch a particular video. Just watch the video, because sometimes I find people watching the video, they want to be consistent, but they still put the subtitle in their own language in order to fully understand, what's been said in the video. Well, that's a good way in order for you to fully understand. But remember, this is an exercise, and I would simply recommend that don't put the subtitles. Just watch the video the first time, watch the video the second time. Just continuously watch the same video in order for you to clarify your doubt on a particular word. So you should keep watching a particular video until you understand the vocabulary that is being said. So if you have a doubt, you can put on the subtitle, but make sure the subtitle's in English, and look up that word that you have a doubt on, or a new word in English. Write it down, or just look up the word somewhere in order for you to remember and understand. So after some time, it might become like a song. It might become something that just comes natural to you. It's like a song. You would agree with me that sometimes when we listen to certain songs, we don't read the lyrics. We just sing along every time we hear the songs, because we are used to those songs. We have the habit of listening to those songs, and we know them all the time. So if you continuously watch a video in English, you'll be able to grab vocabularies, you're able to get expressions and so on that will help you all the time. Remember, everyone, if you enjoy this video, if you're enjoying this video, remember to subscribe to the channel, somewhere down here, and also click the notification bell so that you can be informed of great videos like this that will help you all the time. So let's look at the second great tip. The second great tip will also be listening to music. Listening to music, not in your language, of course, you love your language, and I do understand. I love mine too, and it's super important for you to listen to the songs you love in your local language. But the purpose of you watching the video is for you to be able to improve your English. You're looking for ways that would help you improve rapidly, that will help you improve quickly, that's going to work for you. So of course, because you could have been, I'm sure you could be taking certain courses, or you're trying a lot, you're spending a lot of money, but you see, you're not seeing the progress that you want. So I do understand that. So the purpose of you, sticking around, in the video, and I still would urge you to stick around to the end of the video, because when you do, if you put, the tips all together, they will help you. So remember, English songs would be helpful for you. You have to listen to English songs as often as possible. Listen to English songs and sing along. Sing along. Do your best to sing along and be consistent in the song. Of course, you could be going to work, you could be traveling, and much more. You just listen to English songs, and the songs would give you certain vocabularies or good vocabularies that will help you all the time. Can we say it together, everybody? Listen to English songs. Listen to English songs. Just listen to all English songs that you find, and I'm sure you get great vocabularies that will help you all the time. If you find vocabularies that you don't know, just make a note or look up the lyrics on the internet so that you're able to understand what vocabulary it is. But the more you listen, the better you become. So we have the third tip. The third tip on how to practice English every day will be live with English. Can we say it together, everybody? Live with English. I'm sure you're wondering what it means when you say, well, live with English. Well, what I simply mean is that surround yourself with English. Surround yourself with English. Of course, it's super important for you to be able to surround yourself with English, because think about it. I also have another question for you. Just think about it, that you want to learn English, but you have Chinese. You want to learn English, you have German. You want to learn English, and you have other languages. You're surrounded by other things, other languages that is not connecting to English. So it's super important for you to be able to surround yourself with English. And how can you surround yourself with English? When you wake up every morning, I've just woken up. Of course, I've got music in English that I'm listening to. All right? I've got music in English that I'm listening to. So I'm listening to English songs. Of course, so that's like something that wakes me up. I'm waking myself up to that. I'm not waking myself up to another language. I'm not waking up myself up to my local language. Of course, don't get me wrong, it's perfect, but for the purpose of this video and the purpose of your time, which is you need to take your English to the top. You want to improve your English. You're really tired of not making that progress. So it's super important for you to surround yourself with English. Watch videos in English every time. Have music in English, songs in English. When you wake up every morning, make sure you're listening to English, you're listening to the news, you're watching a video in English, you're listening to English songs. So that's like surrounding yourself with English, because the more you hear, even, you might be thinking, oh, I don't have the time. I know you don't have the time, but it's super important for you to listen all the time. As you are getting ready for breakfast, you're making your coffee, or perhaps you're having breakfast, you're not, you don't have the time, you can't stop for a minute, because you need to catch the train or the bus, or you need to drive to work. I understand, or probably you have to go to school. I understand. So it's super important for you to surround yourself with English. Just listen to something all the time. Listen to something all the time. In the morning when you wake up, or perhaps when you're going to bed, just make sure you live with English. Just live with your family, you live with your partner, you live with someone else, or you live alone. Just make sure you have English living with you as the good and perfect environment. So we have the fourth great way. It's about repeating what you hear. Can we say it together, everybody? Repeat what you hear. Repeat what you hear in English all the time. So you've watched a video, you've listened to an English song, or you heard people speak in English. Remember, you need to repeat what you hear. Can we say it one more time, everyone? Repeat what you hear. It helps you to remember the vocabulary, helps you to improve the pronunciation. So you've heard someone pronounce in a certain way. Just pronounce that thing. Just pronounce that word in the same manner. Just keep pronouncing, just keep repeating, what you hear. And this way, it will help you remember the vocabulary. It will help you, it will open you up to new vocabularies every time. Can we say it one more time? Repeat what you hear. You have to continuously repeat what you hear, the new vocabularies that you hear, or the expressions that you hear every time in English. Just repeat it all the time. You don't have to repeat it out loud. If you're at home or alone in the office, in the car, you can repeat it out loud. But of course, sometimes when I'm learning a different language, I'm in the country, I'm in the place where people are speaking that language, I repeat it. But I repeat it out loud, but I just repeat it to myself. When I hear it, I just repeat it. In that way, the vocabulary becomes known and familiar. It's not strange anymore. So the more you repeat, the more you hear, you know that vocabulary because you've heard that vocabulary and it's not new. Perhaps the next step would be that you can look up that word in the dictionary. And of course, that can now give you the full understanding of that word. So repeat every time. Repeat every vocabulary you hear in English all the time. Remember, everyone, if you have questions about the video, can I leave them somewhere in the comment section? If you have questions you'd like to ask, if you have problems, practicing English every day, just leave them in the comment section. If there are new videos you'd like me to make and to clarify, you'd like to know certain things in English that will help you, that will take your English to the very top, please leave everything in the comment section and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, if you have not subscribed, to subscribe to the channel somewhere down here and also to hit the notification bell somewhere here. Thanks once again, everyone, and I'll see you the next time.